Good afternoon, everyone. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till then. Honorable knowledge seekers, today I am your host for the afternoon. My name is Ananya. I'm from Bangladesh. Dear knowledge seekers, I'm proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is a social and ISO certified international educational and training institute. In the last 3 years, we have already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus professions and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professionals IGP is the training facility for skill development which was founded in 2020 and is generating competent candidates to meet demand in the great global labor market by providing professional qualifications. The Institute of Global Professionals is an educational institute that provides social work globally recognized and reputable. We serve students and community resources providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one's skills just by acquiring formal education, so we provide effective training and consultation to generate profession generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, and internationally to students, job seekers, job holders, and also for learners through respective campus locations and distance learning platforms. We are an occupational and dependable institution. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is a business product. It's a part of our human race. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminars, courses, award quiz competition, mentoring and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like creating our portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivational letter, and world knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge which can update all day. Kids learning games website, free courses, converter sites, and many more. We help to empower you to learn to meet the expectation and dreams and become highly skilled people. We implement several training programs, webinar and online offline courses for youth and learners by professional trainers, speakers, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kinds of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professionals. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and will serve them with good research and practice methods. We must have a genuine concern for the learner. We represent more diversity, growth, and innovation are required. To lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity, IGP members are committed to offering best quality service and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill levels and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already completed 2,270 webinars successfully. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already completed 2,270 webinars successfully. Dear IGP speakers, participants, and well wishers, at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We have changed and designed our website www.reviewigp.com. On this website, we have surprises for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without any account or logged in, you cannot enjoy our services. So create your account for once with your proper information. Note that with your proper information, you will enjoy all features. With mismatches data, you can do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We replace Slido. You have to join directly on our website. Now you can take all of our previous webinars with verified e-certificates. Now it's easier and time oriented because after this session we will not provide you with any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you pass, you will receive your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificates, speakership certificate. If you are a host of IGP, you can download that also. Certificate of gratitude. If you are an online quiz competition winner, you can download your certificate of participation. If you are selected for a lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participated in any award function which organized combined support with IGP, you can download that also. You can standly prepare and download 18 type of instant certificate from our website within a minute. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Influencer during the pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activist during the pandemic, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2020, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2021, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2022. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1 Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2 Teaching English as a Foreign Language and Assessment. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3 Digital Classroom Engagement 2. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 4 The New Trends in Education. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5 Upskill Organizational Leadership and Managerial Skills. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 6 Trends in Innovation in Mathematics Education. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 7 Research a Comprehensive Approach. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 8 Art in Teaching a Special Program in the Arts. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 9 21st Century Tools in Teaching Mathematics. Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador. Certificate of IGP Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1000 plus international level quizzes with verified e-certificates. Teaching tips for teachers, health tips for parents, health tips for teens, gamification tools for teachers. You can join IGP Alovedi. You can check out our 50 plus premium services websites for free and many more. Dear IGP well wisher, we promised previously, but lack of our technical issues, we are late sending you on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous credential. We solve all issues from our website. Now you can enroll, reset password, everything. You can check your dashboard for all webinar details. It's a cordial request to you. Check all buttons and pages on our website. Surely I can say you will be benefited. Thank you. But note that without an account or logged in, you cannot enjoy our services. At present, we are going to start our webinar 2269 and program name is Managing Emotions and our honorable speaker is Dr. Raj Narayan Awasthi, and now is a very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation. Hello, sir.
The speaker and my all audience. So should I start now?
So, sir, hope you're doing great, sir. Sir, on behalf of IGP Knowledge Seekers, wants to hear from about you, sir. Now the stage is yours, and over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm very thankful to IGP for inviting me on this prestigious webinar. And I'm also very thankful to my esteemed audience who are present from across the globe for this managing emotions. Managing emotions is a very important part of our life. Emotions will be there, but first we should know what are the basic emotions: happiness, sadness, love, hate, anger, fear. These are the mainly six basic human emotions are there. So what we do in our life, that whenever we are working in a professional field, all these things will come. Happiness will come, sadness will come, love will come, hate will come, anger will come, and fear will come. So we have to control these emotions. If happiness should be also not so over happiness, we should able to control. Same thing, sadness also. When sadness is there, we should able to control our sadness because today night day will come. Same love, hate, anger, fear. These are the basic human emotions. In detail we'll go, then we'll come to know that how these things are there. No, if there is a uncontrolled emotion, let it be a happiness, let it be a sadness, let it be a love, hate, anything is there. So first consequences of uncontrolled emotion is legal. So result in choosing behaviors that are against the law. We should never use any behavior. We should never choose in our life any behavior which is against the law. Because if we are choosing this type of behavior, we are going to put ourselves in a problem. So, as a educated man of society, we should always feel that we should inculcate such a habit that not only ourselves, our whole society around us globally, they should be aware of this. And so, nothing should be there which is against the law. Now, mental factor that affects an individual emotionally because of the behavior. This is also very important. If we don't control the emotions, what will happen? Our mental status and our mental structure, which has been architected in such a way that we can control our any emotion. It is not that if you try we cannot control. No, our mental status is such, is architect is such that if we want to control anything, that can be controlled. But it is only up to us. Now the social effects of the community, family, individual because of the behavior. You see, when we do any wrong behavior, it is not only you are suffering, it is not only I am suffering, it is whole community will suffer because some of the behavior are so dangerous and that if this message to the community goes very bad. So we should always have emotions in such a way that it should not affect the community. Same way, it should not affect the family also because due to some of the behaviors, it will affect the family and individuals. Sometimes to individuals also affect the behavior. So these are the basic things and basic consequences on which if behavior is uncontrolled, these are the consequences will be there. Now the three things are there that during first, I will see that now the consequences of uncontrolled emotions. Consequences of uncontrolled emotions is also very important. That moral or religious values that are violated because of behavior. These are the very sensitive issues. These are the very sensitive issues. That if behavior is ethical, if behavior is very meticulous, it will affect our society. In what way? It is going to be affected in a plus way. So whenever we are working on any organization, we should be very honest, we should be very punctual. Our behavior should be such that our subordinates they should follow your behavior. They are watching your behavior. If anything is in your behavior, it will affect in such a way that you may lose your identity. So if your emotions are uncontrolled, you are going somebody is going to be in a very wrong path. So moral and religious values never it should never be violated because of the behavior, because it always affects the sentiments of the individual, sentiments of the group, or even sentiments of the society. It goes in a very long way. Sometimes with your one behavior there may be a mass problem, your organization may be affected, your health may be affected, and we cannot imagine that we may land in what a worst situation. So moral and religious values that are violated because of behavior should be controlled meticulously. Now physical harm or injury that can come to people because of the behavior. You see, some of the behaviors are such that people will fight with each other only because of uncontrolled emotion. What will happen? You may have the physical injury, he may have the physical injury, she may have the physical injury. So avoid with your behavior, there should not be any quarrel. We are in from educated family, educated background, educated society. It is not only educated. Sometimes education is very different thing from your emotions. So we should teach our students also, we should teach our subordinates also that our behavior should be such that it should not harm or give injury to anybody. So this thing is very, very important in our professional life. Now, financial money cost to individual and communities as of behavior. Sometimes what happen, we do some wrong practices, we fight with society. Sometimes society will be arrogant with our single behavior. So we may destroy something, we may break something in our house, we may break something in our office. So what will be there? It will cost the financially. So these things you should remember, that ethical consequences, physical consequences, and financial consequences are very, very important in this uncontrolled emotion. Emotions are very minute. It will go in a minute. But when we are working in any organization, we should always see that emotions should be under control. It should not go away. Now, these are the things are there. So first, how to control emotion? For that, we have to understand what is behavior. Without behavior, we cannot understand emotions. So emotions are usually expressed through three main types of behavior. Always. First one, it is a passive behavior, aggressive behavior, assertive behavior. So if you want to control your emotion, you should not be aggressive. You should never give any reaction. You should give a response. Response is well calculated, well thought. If you give the reaction, what will happen? You may lose your identity. People may feel that your conscience is not good. You are very arrogant. You are very annoyed. Hey, you are an angry man. So these things should not be there in a behavior. So behavior, how it should be? It should be in a very normal way. Neither it should be too passive, and it should never be aggressive. It is very bad when we become aggressive. What happens? We lose our control. We lose our control. And on losing the control, we what we see that we feel that we have to be in such a way that people should feel that whenever he or she talks, they think about some future. So this is a very, very important aspect of a human nature. Now we'll go by negative emotions. You see, emotions may be positive also, emotions may be negative also. But both should be controlled. Even though positive emotions is it is a if it is too much, it cannot be controlled. Negative emotions is very, very dangerous. So we can say there will be times when other people might say or do things you don't like, causing your emotion to manifest. You see, in life, everybody will not do what you want. Everybody will not talk what you want. Everybody will not like which you like. Everybody has own way of doing, own way of listening, own way of thinking, and own way of liking and disliking. We should never feel, we should never say that you have to do this, you have to do that. No, we should left to the people, and we should always see that these things are very, very important aspect of our human nature. So these negative emotions are so dangerous that if we don't control them, what will happen? It will causing emotion to manifest. We can hamper anybody, and even we can hamper our own character. So this is very important. We should never have any negative emotions. If you don't know how to control your emotion, you behave in a negative way that won't benefit you. You see, if you behave in negative way, you are not going to be benefited. So we should always know that how to control our emotions. Our commotion, these emotions will be controlled by our practice, by our passion, by our compassion, because by our empathy. These all things we have to practice to control the emotion. Because if you don't control the emotion, we are going to lose each and everything in our life. So this is very very important aspect of our life, that you behave in such a way that people should think that whatever you are going to do, it is benefited to the society, it is benefited to the you, or even it is benefited to the whole concern globally. Then only people will think about you. So always think in such a way that your actions should be commended by a whole society. Now, since you don't know how to control over other people, learn how to control yourself and don't let emotions overtake you. First of all, it's a very important aspect of psychology, that how to control over people. We should always control over people. We should see that people should be controlled in such a way that there should be in very very meticulous way. Then learn how to control yourself. First of all, we should never try to control other people. If you are going to control other people, they will reciprocate you. So first what we should do, we should practice to control ourselves. If I am having control on my own character, if I am having control my own thing, no other people can control me. So we are the best master of controlling ourselves. If we control ourselves, then only we can say that we can control other people. And always you one must think that emotions should not overtake us. There should not be any overtaking of emotion. We should be the master of emotion. It is not like that emotions will overtake us. So this is very very important aspect of life, that emotions should not be master of our own personality. We should emotions will come when we are a human being, when we live in society, good, minus, bad, plus, all emotion will come. Happiness will come, sad will come, love will come, hate will come. But it is up to us how we control our emotions. So these are the important aspects of negative emotions. As we know about positive emotions, we should also know about negative emotions. And no psychology can uh, be say that okay, we will not allow to come negative emotions. Negative emotions will come. We cannot control any type of negative emotions, but always we should see that how we can minimize these negative emotions, how we can control have over these negative emotions. And let be negative emotions should be there, nothing to worry. But these negative emotions should not overtake us. That is the most important. Only one thing is there, each and every emotion will go day by very soon. So we should always think, we should never go into in any mindset or any psychological problem, any sleepy nature of our character, but always we should be very alert. Now, definition of emotional intelligence. From here only, this emotional intelligence comes. Now, what is there? It is a capacity of recognizing one's own feeling and those of others, for motivating ourselves, for managing emotions within ourselves and in our relationship. So this EI, emotional intelligence, is very very important in our life. If there is no emotional intelligence, there won't be any progress in our life. So we should know that how to take the advantage of emotional intelligence. So this we should take advantage in ourselves also, in us also, and we should also take advantage in others also. So, for this, it includes five emotional and social competencies. So, this for this emotional intelligence, we should see always that these five things are very, very important. Now, self-awareness. You see, one we must be self-aware in our life. Whatever is happening, we should always see that our life, our motto. First, we have to be self-aware. If we are not aware, how we can light the another lamp? Only a lighting lamp can light another lamp. So we must be self-aware. Now there should be a empathy. You see, there are two things. One is sympathy and one is empathy. Empathy means putting my shoes into one's shoes. It's an English proverb. When we have empathy, what we have to do, we have to see the other problems far from our eyes. Suppose somebody is getting late daily in office. We should see that how he or she is coming to office daily. We should see that is there any such a problem on which is there any bus problem, any transport problem, or he or she misses to miss the catch the train or bus. If you know these all things, these are very very important aspect of emotional intelligence. So always we should see that empathy is very very important in emotional intelligence. Now the social skills. Social skills means whenever we are working in any organization, we should always we should always see the social skills that are so important in our life. So without the social skills, there is no emotional intelligence. So these social skills are so important that one can do a lot if he or she is having social skills. Now self-regulation. For emotional intelligence, self regulation is very important. How to talk, how to walk, how to behave with others, your office time, your punctuality, these all things play a very vital role in social competencies. Because if we are the self-regulated, if we come in time, we go in time, we do our job very perfectly, we nurture the very good society, whatever we are do, giving, whatever we are doing, is very good for general society. It's a very important aspect of human psychology, and in emotional intelligence these all things will play a very vital role. Now motivation. So if all things are there, there is a self-awareness, there is an empathy, there is a social skill, there is a self-regulation, and there is a motivation. So if motivation is there, definitely we are going to have a wonderful journey in our life. We must be motivated, we must be self-motivated. Because if you are self-motivated, there is no chance to be motivated by others. Always one should feel that in our life, very few chances will come when people are going to motivate you. Nobody is going to motivate you. It is you only that you are going to be motivated. So each and every individual in life, they should be self-motivated. So again, I am repeating, these are the five emotional and social competencies. That number one, self-awareness. Number two, empathy, social skills, self-regulation, and motivation. These These five things are very important in so emotional competencies. Now we'll go that importance of controlling stress. Now we are having the emotional intelligence. So by this emotional intelligence, we can control the stress. Now, how to control the stress? Controlling your stress is important because of anything can create stress if you don't know how to control. Stress is so dangerous that one may go to depression, and even our body language may differ. We may have some internal problem, or may blood circulation, hypertension, this diabetes, all things comes only by stress. So it's a very important because anything can create stress if you don't know how to control it. Stress will be there because without stress we cannot have a good life. Stress will be there. Either it's a personal stress or stress from organization where you are working. It's a stress from your near and dear. Stress will be there. It may be socially, it may be psychologically, it may be professionally. But only one thing is there. One should know how to control. If we can control the stress, there won't be any problem. Now, the stress forms when you don't know how to maintain your emotions. Now, this is very important. When stress will be formed, it will be formed only when you don't know how to maintain your emotion. Always remember that if you know how to maintain your emotion, you can do anything. So these emotions are very important for controlling. If sometimes we forget our emotions, we think emotions is nothing, then only we see that we are going to land in some problem. So these emotions are very important aspect in our life. That you cannot come up with the productive solution to your problem because your mind is not clear. If our mind is not clear, we are having stress, so we cannot give the productive solution. So for getting productive solution, this mind should be very clear. There should not be any problem. So this is very important. Now you allow your emotion to take over. Sometimes what happens, we allow our emotion to take over my own journey. That is the problem. We should never allow emotion to take over. We should have control over the emotions. So these are the very important aspect of controlling stress. Now, in a healthy way, suppose we want to express anger. What happened? Anger will come. Anger is very dangerous in our life. Anger will come. So, what we have to do? We have to walk away from the situation until you have control of your emotions. So, we have to walk away, we have to see, and we have to always think it of that anger will go from you only when you want. Without your permission, anger will not go because it has come to destroy your destiny. So, if we know how to control anger, we can control anything in our life. So, walk away from the situation until you have control of your emotions. Now, recognize and accept the emotion. This is also very important. We should recognize and we should accept the emotion from ourselves. So we should see that what is the reason this emotion has come. Okay, if it is a happiness, we should accept, okay, I'm happy. If it is a unhappy, we should accept, okay, some loss is there, okay, today is the loss, tomorrow we are going to gain. We should not be hyper in any situation. Some of the times what happens, people become hyper for any small situation. We should never become hyper, and we should see that which is not in accept the emotions means suppose something is not related to me, I have nothing to do with that thing, or he or she, whatever he or she has done, I am no one to question him or her. But what happens? Sometimes people become so hyper that they will think that they know everything. No, it is not like that. People should never become hyper at any situation. Because if we become hyper, we are going to lose our many things. Now try to pinpoint the exact reason why you feel angry. So suppose we can come to know our temperature, we can come to know our BP, we can come to know our diabetic situations, but how to come that on what things I become angry? It's a very $1 million question. It's a very $1 million question that how we become angry. So try to pinpoint the exact reasons. We should know the exact reason why we feel to be angry. It is my personal problem, it's an office problem, it's my psychological problem, it's my physical problem. We should see whether we are allergic to somebody, whether we don't like to somebody, we don't like to somebody, we don't like to do that thing. These all things are very important, and we should always think it of that why we become angry. If you know why we become angry, we can do anything. Now, the problem solving. Problem solving strategies for dealing with the situation in advance. So, for that, we should be very proactive. If you are proactive, what will happen? Problem will come, and we know. Suppose we want to start a training program. We know how many people are coming. We know how many students are coming, what is their curriculum, what will be their syllabus. These all things we know. But these problem solving strategies are very important, and we should know them in advance. It will not come in one day, it will come only when we work together. So always remember that problem solving strategies for dealing with the situation in advance is very important. Now do something physical like exercise, playing a sport. Physical exercise is very important. If we do the physical exercise, go for running, go for walking, go for team sports, go for individual sports. Suppose nobody is there, have a ball, have a spin of the ball, touch the ball. Many things are there. One can go for walk. There, one he or she can do exercise. If somebody is healthy and doing physical exercise, in the very way we can control our anger. Because when we do the exercise, our body becomes so cool. And one thing is there, exercise you cannot do in when you are in anger mood. Exercise, physical exercise has to be done in a very peace situation. So that we should always think. So physical, especially swimming is very best exercise. Our body will become cool, will be very energetic. We will have a good thinking. Time management also is very important in physical exercise. So always we should see that whenever we are going for physical exercise, we should have our time management. We should know for what time I'm going to be for the exercise. So only by this we can control our anger. Seek help if needed. Always imagine we should never be that no, only I will do the job, nobody will do the job. No, we should give credit to each and everybody, whoever in your team. Because alone you cannot do anything. If you try to do alone, you are going to do you are going to be in very wrong step. Same way, never side corner anybody. If you side corner your colleague, if you side corner your friend, you are not going to get something. And only one thing is there, your friend will be losing your support. So he or she will feel that I have been being ignored. So this is very important aspect of our human life. So walk away, recognize, reason, problem solving, physical health. These all things are very, very important in for a healthy way of life. So always think that we should never express our anger. And if anger is there, suppose I'm angry with somebody, we feel that first of all we should not be in anger mood. So let us see. We should see that what is the reason I'm angry. Suppose somebody is not doing the job, we should see what is the reason why I'm not doing the job. What is the situation? So on that only we can maintain our anger. Anger we cannot suppress. Please never suppress your anger. If anger is there, we must say to somebody that I do not like your this behavior you have. And for that purpose, we should never be hyperactive with our colleagues. If you are related to discipline, definitely you should be there. But if you are not related, he or she is from any other section, any other department, we are no one to be hyper because we have got no concern with that department. So these are the very, very important aspect to be in a healthy way. So if these things are there, I'm very sure that we will be having a very, very healthy life. Only walk away, recognize, eh, to know the reason, problem solving, physical and health. No, the emotional competency frameworks are there. It is a self awareness, emotional awareness, acute self assessment, self confidence, motivation. So these are the personal competency. So there are five personal competency: self awareness, motivation, self regulation, social skill, and empathy. Now, in self awareness, there must be emotional awareness, there should be accurate self assessment. Your self assessment should be so accurate that it should be always in such a way that it should be very perfect in your professional career. Same way, self confidence is also very important. That if you don't have self confidence, what will happen? We will not have emotional competency. Now, motivation, achievement drive, commitment, initiative, optimism. These are the things by which we can be motivated. Achievement drive. We should have one achievement drive. Whatever people are working under me, we should have one achievement drive. By that achievement drive, we can do anything. Same way, commitment. Commitment is also very important. Initiative, optimism. Now, empathy. Again, every time I tell empathy is very important for our human life. Now, understanding others, we should able to understand others, developing others, service orientation, leveraging diversity, political awareness. One of the most important things are two things are understanding others and developing others. First, we have to understand. We have to understand the potential of our colleagues. My which colleague, what he or she can do. Now, developing others, that how to develop, how to develop others. This is very important. So one thing is there must be empathy, there must be understanding, there must be service orientation, there must be leveraging, and there must be a political awareness. If these all things are there, we'll go in a very high position. Now, self-realization, again, it should be self-control, trustworthiness, consciousness, adaptability, and innovation. We should be always very adaptive. Whatever situation comes, we should try to be in adaptive nature. So adaptivity is very, very important for emotional competency of framework. Now the social skills. Social skills always influence conflict management, change catalyst, collaboration and cooperation, communication, leadership, building bonds, team capabilities. These are the some of the very important aspect of our personal competency. So if we know all these things, there is nothing to worry in our life. That is self-awareness, motivation, empathy, self-regulation, and social skill. So these are the very, very important aspect of our personality. Now self-awareness. How to be self-aware? Everybody says that we have to be self-aware. So recognize your emotion early on and their effects. So whenever any emotion comes, you should always recognize that this happiness is coming and what is going to be effect in my career. Especially negative things are very dangerous. Same way, positive things are also not very good. It never becomes so happy. Today is a happy, it is only very momentarily. So always we should think, okay, today I'm happy, it's a good thing that I have done very a good thing, but we should see that it is very momentarily. Know your strength and limits. Always we should see that we should know our strength, we should know our limits. So if we know our strength and we know our limits, we can do many things in our life. So we should know our SWOT analysis, what is strength, what is a weakness, what is opportunities, what are the thrust areas, and what are the threats in our life. We should always remember. Have a strong sense of self worth and capabilities. So we should always think that we should have a very strong sense of self worth and capabilities. If we are having very strong sense, so we can do anything positive in our life. It is only we. Nobody is there going to help us. It is only we who can make our life very good. Now, self-regulation. We have to be self-regulated. Nobody should regulate our life. Nobody can give our deadlines. We will make our deadlines and we will make it to complete. So how to do this? Managing disruptive emotions and impulses effectively, flexibility in handling change and challenges, being open to new information or perspective. So these are the very important things. And if you know these important things, we can have very good life in our professional career. So this self-regulation, again I am repeating, managing disruptive emotions, flexibility in handling change, and being open to new information. This is very important. We should not be so rigid. Some of the people will be so rigid to change, they will never try to change. Change is invariably it will come. Nothing will come in your life except to change. Change is must. So we must be adaptive to change. We should think that how to uh, control the change. Now this is empathy. Now empathy is also very important. Every uh, slide I have told you that it's a genuinely sense and understand people's feeling and needs. We should understand what other people's are feelings or need. If somebody is coming late, somebody is not doing the work properly, or say somebody is fighting with their colleagues, somebody is giving complaint to colleagues, always we should see that why he or she is giving the complaints. Because people who complains, they are not good people in our. So we should always think it, and we must be away from these type of people because they are very dangerous for the society. Actively listen to others' perspective. This is very important. We should always try to listen others' people perspective, what he or she thinks. It is not only we, it is not only I, whatever I am doing that is the best. No. In some of the things, other people are also doing best. Now, the sensitive to group difference. This is also a very important aspect. we should be very sensitive to group difference. Group differences will be there. Where the groups are there, differences will be there. But only one thing is there, we should always have a very, very positive difference. And we should never believe on such a people who keep mum and who are having differences on their heart. Because when time will come, they will not, they are not going to help us. So this is also very important aspect. Again, empathy, genuinely sense, and actively listening and sensitive to group of differences. So it is something that one can learn at any age. One more thing is there, this empathy, to learn the empathy, there is no age. At any age, one can learn the empathy. So uncontrolled anger can lead to argument, physical fights, abuse, assault, harm. On the other hand, well-managed anger can be useful emotion, motivate you, make positive changes. So these are the very important aspect. These are the strategies of managing anger. Try seeing upsetting issue, learn to relax practice, listening skills, learn to be assertive. You should never be aggressive. So if we follow these all things, I'm very sure that we can manage our emotions in our life. Always we should manage the emotion in our life, because if you don't manage, they will be controlling us. So many emotions are there, limitless emotions are there. It may be happiness, it may be a angerness, it may be a love, it may be a hate. But some of the people, what they do, they are very keep quiet, but they will keep the anger on their personality. So we should be very assertive. We should be always away from these type of people. In official platform also, these type of people should be rejected, and organizations should always take a call when somebody is always complaining to about somebody, that whether he or she is having problem. Complaining is a very dangerous thing. We should always have a very well balanced character. We should never give a chance to complain to anybody. So we should always see that we should have a very thorough stamina of our personality. So this is my presentation on managing emotions. I'm very thankful for a gracious presence to my esteemed audience. So any question, please, I'll be very happy to answer your question. Thank you. If any question is there, please ask any question. I'll be very happy to answer.
Thank you so much, sir, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seekers surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seekers can learn something new, which our only intention, learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seekers. Once again, thank you so much, dear sir, for your presentation. Now, sir, it's time for our questionnaire session, which is the more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable sir, please stay with us after a short video. We will be back in our session part 2, which is the questionnaire part. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After questionnaire, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After questionnaire, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After questionnaire, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After questionnaire, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Sir, from Aaron, this one is, hi sir, how can a person express his or her emotions effectively? Thank you.
Yeah. Aaron, very good question you have asked me. How can a person express the emotion has to be expressed effectively? We should be very empathic. We should ask the see will say something. So we should always see that whether any financial problem or whether he or she could not understand the subject very thoroughly. So effectively, there is no doubt. Only we have to be empathetic.
Hello, sir.
Yes, tell me.
Yes, our second question is, what is the difference between passive and assertive?
Passive and assertive, Kingsley Isaiah means in passive that we should responsive in a very positive way and assertive that so passive, aggressive and assertive. The main difference between passive asset our response and our event. Thank you.
Sir, our next question is, good evening, sirs. How can I communicate better with my emotions? Thank you, sir.
Yeah, very good. Queen was a very nice question you asked. As a suppose if you are a teacher, how I can communicate better with my emotions? Yeah, definitely. When we are very happy, we cannot so communicate. We are sorrow also, we cannot communicate. So before that, when you are thinking that I have to communicate with my emotions, be very gratitude. You feel only one thing is there. Always keep in mind whatever happen. It is not going to be happen tomorrow. Suppose any good thing is there, remember tomorrow it may not be good thing. Keep a pace in your life and you think my tomorrow will be going better. So don't be so happy that this happiness is for whole life. Same way, suppose it is unhappiness, always think that tomorrow again after night day will come. Today I am unhappy, tomorrow again I am going to be happy. If you keep remember two things, whatever happen. I am tomorrow. I am having the better tomorrow. We can communicate with anybody in our best emotions. That is my philosophy of my experience. We always come across these type of emotions, but always think whatever happen. But one thing is there. We must take the lesson from our happening also. Very good question. Thank you, Queen Rose.
Once again, thank you so much, Honorable Sir, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topics. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable Sir, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, sir. Take care.
Thank you. I am very thankful to IGP for giving me this opportunity. And whole IGP has a set, whole team of IGP has set a benchmark in global professional community. I am very sure that whatever benchmark you and your team has set, it will be very difficult to other groups to touch. Keep going ahead. We all are always with you. So many miles to go before you sleep. Journey is very long in this professional field. All the best. Keep going ahead. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Honorable sir, before we move to the next webinar certification process, if you want to leave this studio, you can, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. RGP Knowledge Seekers, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. IGP Knowledge Seekers, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. So visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a running session and get enrolled. After watching or completing part 1 video session, click mark as complete. Move to the next, which is the learning test quiz. Passing mark is 80%. If pass, back to the course again to download your certificate. If fail to retake the quiz, download your certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Sign up or sign in. Find a running session and get enrolled. After watching or completing part 1 video session, click mark as complete. Moving to the next, which is the learning test quiz. Passing mark is 80%. If pass, back to the course again to download your certificate. If fail, retake the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. We changed a few process for online live quiz competition. Note that after live, no one can participate. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Visit www.eduigp.com and sign up or sign in. Without this, you cannot join live quiz competitions anymore. Browse the live quizzes button or given link, find the session name and join with your logged website or user account. Click join and wait for a few minutes to others to join. Enjoy an online live quiz competition. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. So our first question is managing emotions, spiritual H and W or emotional H and W. Option A or option B? Correct answer is option B, and 100% people are correct. And our next question is identifying or managing emotions, later adulthood or early childhood. Option A or option B? Option B is correct, and 85% people are correct. And our next question is managing emotion is flexibility or emotional control. Option A or option B? Option B is correct and 100% people are correct. And our next question is, managing thoughts, emotions, and behavior are learned by practicing it. True or false? Option A or option B? Option A is correct and 100% people are correct. And our next question is, managing emotion is using your deepest emotion to move and guide towards your goals and focusing and thinking clearly when experiencing powerful emotions. Option A or option B? Option B is correct and 65% people are correct. And our next question is, managing emotions means losing your temper and hurting someone or thinking about how I should react. Option A or option B? Option B is correct and 100% people are correct. And our next question is, managing emotions appropriately, mental or emotions. Option A or option B? Correct answer is 100% B and 100% people are correct. And our next question is, managing emotions means keep your feelings side appropriately or handling our feelings appropriately. Option A or option B? Option B is correct and 94% people are correct. And our next question is, managing emotions is based on the belief that feelings can be modified, even proof, or the ability to monitor and identify feelings correctly. Option A or option B? Correct answer is option A and 5% people are correct. And our next question is, managing emotions is causing mood swings, therefore not recommended, or a skill set to deal with them before they become overwhelming. Option A or option B? Correct answer is option B and 95% people are correct. Congratulations to our webinar online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes to finalize the result, and after that we will issue our online quiz competition certificates on our website and official Facebook page, Institute of Global Professionals. Congratulations to our webinar online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes to finalize the result, and after that we will issue our online quiz competition certificates on our website and official Facebook page, Institute of Global Professionals. At the end of our session, session, we can say properly feed your skills. Never stop learning because life never stops teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the end live button, again wants to thank all IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you in the next session. Thank you.